Hello guys, welcome back. I've just turned the car around and we're going to go and see if we can find our contact because we can't seem to get any further that way. But what I might do on the way back is I might stop and check out this house. The one that we drove past not that long ago, because there's clearly a lot of exploration we need to do. So let's turn over this way and we'll go and have a look and see if we can suss out what's going on. Oh, we've got a bridge. Oh no, it's a swing. Right, let's go and have a little look and see what's been going on here. Who could live up here though? It must be
A wintry atmosphere surrounded the house. The soundlessness of the area suggested it was empty.
So there's nobody home. That's not good. Looks like it's been abandoned in some cases. Let's check. Nothing going on in the bins. So that's a locked door. We can't get in there. Maybe we can destroy these crates with the crowbar? No, guess not. Well, we've got some glass. Not sure if that's any use to us. I'm not sure what we're going to end up doing with this, but let's have a little look around the back of the house, because chances are, if people have left, they would have locked the door. So we can take some logs for log fire, so we'll grab a load of these logs. There we go. So whilst we can't carry anymore, we do have a weight allowance. So someone's left the light on in there, so we can't be going that far. Can we get up on the roof this way? No, I guess not. Any of the windows open, perhaps?
The swing was a harsh reminder for Carl that he was walking through a desert town. Where did everyone go?
Oh, the door's unlocked. That's never a good sign. So we need a magnet, so we can do some stuff with that.
The coals were still warm. Someone must have been stirring them up.
So these people just left again, leaving their clothes.
Money in a jar. What a shame. Carl would have loved cookies.
I'd have preferred money. Let's check the cupboards. Nothing really in there. Take some cigarettes though. Better close those. And I'm looking at these drawers underneath too. We're looking for a magnet, if we can. Definitely something weird going on here, guys. What's this?
A pay stub for some undoubtedly harsh lumberjack work. Alexandre Blais felled trees and chopped woods for Cloutier et Fils.
That could be important later on. We'll close those. No, we don't want to look at you anymore. Check the fridge. Anything tasty? No, so we can't do that. We can't carry any more stuff. So maybe there's stuff we can drop. We've got some ammo. We've got empty bottles, fire starting kits, lamp oil. So perhaps we should discard some. We'll do it that way. So we'll grab the steak. Ooh. So we need to drop these logs over here. Otherwise we end up with them everywhere. Not much else to really...
The spirograph amused Carl. It was a nice modern toy, aside from being repetitive by nature and completely
Huh.
Still, it found its way into many Quebecois homes.
Let's equip the flashlight before we go in here. We don't want anyone jumping out on us. That was weird. So we've got some weird static coming from upstairs. Turn that off. So there's a Ted Harris hockey card. It must be in Canada. Lots and lots of hockey cards. What's this? The monster. Oh, that's not good. It always ends badly when there's a monster involved.
If the blankets suggested people woke up precipitously, Carl saw evidence of a disorderly escape. So what was it? A window left open in that weather? Perhaps something had to be watched. A window left open in that weather?
Close it.
Perhaps something had to be watched.
Once again, they've also just clothes strewn everywhere. There's not much left in here, is there? Let's head back downstairs.
And darkness came. Astonishingly enough, the electricity had managed to endure all this time.
Some more lights have gone out. Less contact again. No magnets under there. Close these cupboards so we can get to the drawers. Some aspirin. Oh, what's gone on there?
Well, looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
That's never a good sign. There's a book on this toilet too. I can't read it though for some reason. What's this?
The key, which seemed to be meant for a padlock, bore an inscription reading Cloutier and Sons. A company name. Better keep an eye open. Businesses weren't exactly numerous around these parts.
So we have some steak, which is useful. Can we equip keys? Maybe we've got special items. So it won't let us get in there. Let's get back in our car and we'll go and have a little look further around the town. See if there's anything else that we can find. Because it seems like everyone has just up and vanished on us. There we go, back on the road. Looks like we're going to go this way. Or not. Let's have a look at the map. It's probably going to be our best bet, I think. Okay, so we have to make our way round to the left. Or should we head back to that little house? Let's head back to that little house first. Have a little look at that truck while we're here too, guys, because it might give us some clues as to where our client is for a start.
That had to be the worst parking job ever. Who was Carl to judge, though? It may be customary to park like that around these parts. Or not.
I'm gonna have a quick look down here because I saw more wolf footprints back this way behind the general store, if you remember, so Perhaps we should have a look and see what there is to see. More of these crazy crystal formations too. Wow, look at that.
A shiver ran down Carl's spine as he glanced over another body trapped in ice.
It's another person.
Indeed, the scene was quite chilling. Carl felt familiar shivers going down his spine, and he was back to the realm of visions.
So we can follow where that guy came from. So he ran away from something. He had a gun with him, but he ran. He was by this fire. What is this?
To all appearances, this was a hunting log. Better yet, a war diary.
The beast enjoys long slumbers. Its sanctuary seems impregnable. Ice is everywhere. I need to exercise patience and wait for it to come out, to think like a hunter. The beast often invades the settlements bordering the lake. It terrorizes the white people. They never see it coming, but they feel its presence, a cold dread grabbing at your innards. The beast excites the wolves, makes them more aggressive. One attacked me, I had to cut its throat. The blade digging into its flesh made the sound of a taut wire. Ugh. The beast is getting closer to the villages. It moves at night, bringing heavy snow and strong gusts of wind. Oh, which is what we're dealing with right now. I do not know the white man frozen in ice, but I do know this. It is the work of the beast. Its attacks curdle the blood of its victims. White men know nothing of this force of nature. I touched the ice imprisoning the white man. I saw things. I do not understand them. Wow. Oh, so there was a wolf? What have we found here?
What could these engraved numbers mean? A fresh path suddenly appeared before Carl.
739. Okay, so we need to remember that. Let's keep following this trail. More wolves. So the hunter encountered more wolves, but kept running. He was being chased by something that wasn't deterred by the wolves. So he was the gentleman that came out of this car. What's in here to see?
The vision slowly faded away, like an icicle melting in the palm of your hand.
Gillies and
Carl,
Schultz.
back in the real world, now knew who the icebound man was. Gilles Lachance, the general store's manager himself.
Oh, so that's where the manager went. So now we know what the hell happened to him. 739. If we go back, maybe we can open the cash register. Maybe there's something in there that we've missed. So let's go and see. We'll pull up right here. What I'll do is I'll switch the energy over to here now as well, so we've got some heat going on, because otherwise we're just going to have a bad time. There we go. So it was 7, 3 and then 9, so let's try that, shall we? Oh, it worked. We did it. What's this in the back here?
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Oh, so we have more addresses for us to check to try and get to the bottom of what's been going on. So is that updated our map? Let's have a look. Yes it has. So we've got more houses off to the right. So it looks like there's plenty of exploring that we're going to need to do to keep ourselves ahead on this one. Okay, so we need to try and find this doctor, really. But let's get back in the car. And we'll try that nearby little house. There's definitely something really weird going on here. We need to keep an eye out now, because obviously with the snow being so thick, we may not always see the turnings when they come along. I think it's best to check the map again. See where we're at. Alright, so there's a place to turn in just up ahead. Ah, here we go. This place looks a bit different. Let's get out and have a little wander around. Ah. Another abandoned property.
The air was freezing, right down to the bone.
Let's get out our flashlight before we go and have a look at that car. We'll have a proper look around, shall we? That sounded like someone upstairs. We've got no power. Set a fire, because we're probably going to need to get some warmth in this house. Keep that wood with us. Might need the meat to distract the wolves, perhaps.
The pot was cold, and the stew inside wasn't cooked.
So it looks like they'd started.
It's likely that poor Giselle was slow cooking it before she got snapped. What a waste.
Still have electric. Paint dissolver. Why would there be so much paint dissolver? Would that be important somehow? We'll look at her in a second. We're gonna have a look around. Ah, this is why.
Ah, moving. What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box.
So it looks like they
What
were
a
only just
mess.
moved in here.
Clearly, there was some major revamping work underway here. The place looked barely habitable.
Oh, they just got married too. Anything here? So we've got some cigarettes. That's about it. But again, it's just like they disappeared. So we've got more Polaroid stuff now so that we can...
Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachances had just moved in.
Alright, let's have a look at this, shall we? See what happens.
Carl felt a cool, tingling sensation in his back. Another vision took over him.
So, see, what is there to see? Is there something out the window? So the clock was chiming at 11 o'clock. He was down in the cupboard.
Something was hidden under the stairs.
There's a way of getting under the stairs that we need to look at. Okay. What else can we see up here?
The man grabbed his rifle. Carl felt a sense of dread in him.
So the rifle was there. We could have used that. That could have been useful to us. something about this. Bertrand Lachance, 1948. Right, okay. They're talking. Are they arguing, perhaps?
Perhaps their spousal relationship had been cooling down lately.
She's probably telling him not to go. Is there anything in the bathroom to see?
It seemed like secrecy was commonplace in this house.
Another hidden floorboard. Why so many secrets? What does this say?
The vision's veil was lifted, and he was back to reality. A reality in which Giselle, Gilles' loving spouse, was motionless, frozen in ice.
Mother once told me when I first met Gilles, I hadn't picked the brightest bulb of the lot, and as the years fly by, I'm seeing the truth of her words. Always trust your mother's wisdom. That blackmailing scheme is a prime example of Gilles' brightness. He's like a small dog. He thinks he's bigger than he actually is. He growls genuinely thinking he's scary, but everybody knows he can be pushed aside with just a little kick. He truly believes that he can blackmail Hamilton, the big boss himself. It's going to be a long time in hell before my poor Gilles can manage to pull off such a feat. After all, Hamilton's a rich, learned, and influential man. Not only is that blackmailing idea bad to begin with, let's be honest, Gilles is way out of his league. Gilles doesn't even know how he's actually going to carry this out. I don't even think he ever would. He's just throwing random threats out loud in the kitchen. He says he'll do it eventually, but I know better. Successful blackmailing requires masterful cunning, and Gilles is master of nothing at all. He is a slave and forever will be. I often look at that safe he keeps hidden in the fake wall in which he stores all these incriminating documents he tends to use, but I just can't come to grips with the sheer ridiculousness of the whole thing. Alrighty, so there's a conspiracy going on here. Let's see if we can access this little vault under the stairs.
Carl had seen that kind of safe before. With its double-layered security system blending letters and numbers, its code couldn't be broken by the common burglar.
So we need to try and find out the code. Maybe BL1948? Nope. There's something we're missing then. Is it in this paper perhaps?
The general store, along with several more infrastructures in the area, had been acquired by wealthy industrialist William J. Hamilton. Perhaps the village should be rechristened Hamiltown.
Founded by Marius Lachance more than 20 years ago, the general store, better known as Chez Lachance, is one of Manistan's economic mainstays. Since the passing of its aged owner, however, business wasn't as blooming as it once was. Gilles Lachance, inheritor of the humble establishment, had no choice but to sell everything to William Hamilton, the rich and famous businessman who sparked a major controversy last year when he announced the reopening and expansion of his copper mine. As of now, operations at the general store are expected to remain unchanged despite the change of hands. Gilles Lachance still helms the register. So they both ended up completely frozen. So there must be some way of sussing out his code.
Many boxes scattered about. Carl didn't need to summon his detective training to quickly figure that the Lachances had just moved in. Beautiful portrait of Gilles and Giselle, bound together by the chains of conventional love.
Harlequin romance novels.
A nice white coating would restore the room to its charm of olden days.
Maybe we'll have to come back to that.
Ah, moving. What a pleasant activity. Of course, you'll find the record player only to find the records weeks later in some random box.
Maybe we should explore the next set of houses or the little garage that's nearby. Maybe there'll be some more answers there. We'll have a little look around the sides of the house. Maybe she was looking out at something out here. Ah, we have now got a magnet. So we can potentially go back to that other place and find out a bit more about what's been going on there. So it looks like there is some more to learn. And all of these houses seem to be interlinked in some way. But again, I think I'm going to leave this episode right here, guys. Thank you ever so much for joining me this one. I hope you are enjoying it so far. It is a little bit slow, but it does seem there is quite the mystery to explore here. So, thanks for joining me in this one, everybody, and I hope to see you again